So we'll figure out if there's any real repercussions to trivia this week. But at minimum, I am going to glow in my
Alien and Terminator.
I know. I totally. That was a
Fucking
given. Yeah.
bullshit.
That was rough. Well, then let us move on to something more uplifting. A new segment, brand new segment called "The Part Where I Die." The part where I die.
Part where you die.
So here's just a very brief background. Is that, I'm a huge movie lover. My wife loves movies. We watch a lot of movies. My wife and I like to watch the movies together, as I'm sure you and your wife do too. And for whatever reason, lately we'll be watching a movie, and a scene will come up, and we go, nope, that's where I die. That's where I'd be out. So it's either die or tap out. This is where in that scene, in that movie, you're like, nope, the movie's over. And it's not you it's as if you were in the character's shoes, right? So what we've done is we picked part of our Johnny 5 list is 5 movies from 1986. And the part where we'd say, nope, that is officially where that movie would have ended for me, because there's no way in hell I would have done what the character had to do. And this is using our own personal experience. For example, I have a fear of just about everything. I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of drowning. I have a lot of fears. So plays perfectly well into the game called At What Point Do I Die? So we have the same 5 movies, so we each get to talk about the part in that movie where we would have tapped out. And we will start with, let's start with the first movie, Highlander. Highlander. All right. So at what point, if you were, I assume that you're playing McLeod, right? You're the main. The idea is you're the main character. Yeah. So we'll go on that premise.
Parameters of the game.
Yeah. As the main character, McLeod, at what point in the movie Highlander would you be like, nope, I'm out?
So it's gonna be pretty soon. It's early in the movie. It would either be having to pick up that 2-handed sword he uses in the first
the broadsword, literally the claymore type broadsword.
I couldn't pick that up.
Well, you couldn't.
It's real
fight
steel.
with it.
No.
that's a real sword.
Fucking throw my shoulder out. Swinging that thing. That or
so you're tapping out basically in the very beginning because
before you
that's
even
just too
time.
damn heavy.
Yeah.
That's just too heavy. I'm not lugging this piece of shit around up there.
No.
All right, and then you said it was that, or if for the sake of argument you actually picked up the sword long enough to get stabbed, find out you're actually immortal, then at what point are you still tapping out?
Having to eat haggis.
Oh yeah,
or being served haggis, or being in a room with haggis.
Being anywhere near haggis, knowing somebody who once made haggis.
Watching someone eat it.
Have you ever actually smelled haggis? So you're just going on the assumption that look at you. No.
Why? Why would you? Why would anybody?
All right. So either having to pick something up or eat something you can't stand.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, near boiling it right down.
I might not have made it old enough to be the character in the movie.
So I would have
having being served haggis.
So. I have kind of an if-or, right? Similar to your first one, the battle scene in the Highlands. So I think I would have picked up the sword and at least ridden out on the horse and, McLeod! And then, but it wouldn't have been like the whole battle scene leading up to when McLeod gets stabbed by the Kurgan. It would have just been as soon as people started fighting. As soon as somebody was like, no one will fight me, I would have run. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. Then I'm out. No one wants to fight me? Fine. So for me, it's either that, any fight scene, swinging swords, blood flying. No, I'm done. And then ultimately, for the sake of argument, and again, I just been stabbed right away and found out I was immortal, and then I go back and I live with Heather when they find this little castle, this mini castle in the Highlands, the stairs. Because you go into this thing and you realize that the main level is just like a table where they cook and eat, and then there's like this weird rock stone carved stairs that kind of spiral around, assumingly to go up to somewhere. I don't know what's up there. I would never know what's up there. There's no railing on those stairs.
Oh, God,
they are an absolute hazard. And my fear of heights, I'd get up about 4 steps. I'd be like, nope, sleeping on the table. Sorry, babe, sleeping on the table tonight. Can't do it. So that is where I would tap out in Highlander. All right, let's go on to our number 2 movie. So I'm gonna jump around here a little bit. A fairly forgettable movie. At the time, it was big because of the whole space race and Challenger and shuttle missions. But this was a movie called Space Camp, and this was a real thing. Space Camp was a real thing. You could go down. I think it was in Florida or Texas. It was in the south.
I don't know.
It was down there somewhere.
They probably had one at both.
And you could go down and you would go to where, NASA would have this thing where you could literally go and do space camp and do like training and simulations and stuff. And then the premise of this movie is all that happens and then they accidentally get launched into space in a shuttle. And these kids,
the robots,
kids have to figure out how to survive. All right, so you get the general gist of it. So where do I tap out? I tap out in the opening credits. That's right. I don't even make it into the movie. The movie opens where all these kids. Well, first of all,
opening credits.
It's literally just credits. There's nothing. It's literally them arriving. But what I'm realizing is 2 things. One, my parents never would have let me go.
Well,
Never.
That's way too much money.
There's no way.
Plus, there's meeting new people and talking to girls. What, are you
so
crazy?
I legitimately believe that
one's gonna do that.
I would have tapped out before the movie really had a chance to get going.
Tatum,
Not to mention, even if for some weird reason I
Right.
won some kind of drawing or contest that got me free ride to get there in the first place, the minute they're like, we want to put you in the simulator, I'd be like, what, a tiny enclosed space? No, I don't think so.
Put the suit on.
I went to computer camp. I went to a room that was big and had a computer, and I didn't have to interact with anybody but a Texas Instruments computer in front of me and play Alpine, which was this weird climbing game. That's the camp I went to. Mike.
I never went to camp.
See, I tapped out because I never went there. All right, no. Mike, at what point would you be checking out of Space Camp?
Math.
So what is
doing math? I wouldn't even probably qualify to go to space camp.
You wouldn't make the questionnaire. As soon as math was involved, as soon as you have to figure out a trajectory or how much fuel. Yeah, okay, that's All right, so as soon as the math kicks in, space camp is officially over for you. Oh boy. Yep. Maybe you heard it, maybe you don't. Cat's having a little fun playing around in the other part of the studio and just knock something over, but that's TV, baby. We keep on going. All right, next movie on the list, Ridley Scott Tour de Force Legend, the movie Legend. So now you're Tom Cruise in the movie Legend. Mike, at what point have you decided, nope, Tom Cruise is nuts, I couldn't possibly do what he did?
Well, first off, it's a Tom Cruise movie, so there's going to be running.
Yeah. Weird,
that
lots of running.
Is they open up and they're frolicking in the fields, and my allergies can't take that. you can see the pollen every time they take a step. Are you crazy?
This was before Claritin or any of that stuff. It literally was you could take a Benadryl and pass out for 6 hours. Yeah, that's one of those things where high definition watching the movie gives me the sniffles.
It would be that.
Okay.
Or if I was able to survive that, when he cliff dives into the lake to get she throws her ring.
Yeah.
No.
Cliffs. I would say
cliff diving.
I might make the dive. I might, if I was able to just build up I'm going to run, close my eyes, and jump. I might make the dive. But as soon as he's swimming,
it be a dive?
No, it'd be a belly flop. At best, it'd be a cannonball.
Yeah.
But once that happened, the idea that and this is pretty much in any movie, as soon as there's underwater swimming, I don't know if you do this. I have a tendency to do this. I hold my breath. Like, I like to think to myself, he's underwater. I'm going to hold my breath and see, can I hold my breath? And granted, I know I'm not exerting any force or anything else. I'm just holding my breath. And like, and then I'm like, and I realize he's still down there for like 7 other minutes. That's where I would have had to tap out.
And plus, who opens your eyes in fresh water?
In any water.
With no goggles?
No.
You know,
so you'd also tap
unless
out because...
it's a pool, maybe.
Oh, I can't. The chlorine literally burns my eye sockets, but...
that too.
I have to admit, now that you're reminding me of that scene in the movie, that's probably where I would check out. It was like, even if I made the jump, there's no way I'm diving down for that ring. Yeah. Nope. That's... I don't even in... anyway.
Lily and I
for the sake of argument, if I did make it past that, the entire swamp segment with the grody green... I don't even know what she... It's funny because it's Robert Picardo plays the green thing that tries to lure him in to the swamp, and she's literally is green and gross. And
I don't remember this part.
Hopefully I got the right movie. I'm pretty sure. I almost called it the Swamps of Sadness, but it's literally the bog. They have to go through the bog. So anyway, the bog scene, as soon as literally it's like, nope, I'm out. I'm out. Anything with a bog.
What?
I mean, if we were doing, if we were doing Swamps of Sadness, that's probably where I've been like, nope. As soon as I gotta walk in the Swamps of Sadness,
I would just
I would totally
and drop like a stone.
There would be no slow drop. It'd be like, and I'd be down.
Lightning sand.
All right, so we have Legend. All right, let's keep chewing through all these wonderful points where we die. Let's go with Big Trouble in Little China. Where in Big Trouble in Little China? I'm gonna go first because you might notice that there is a theme to almost all of my amounts. Right? They infiltrate the warehouse. They get in the elevator, and then the elevator starts filling with water.
No.
Now the problem is since I didn't know it was going to fill with water, I can't say that I would have checked out before then, right? Just following movie timing logic. But in the elevator, as it starts to fill with water, I'd probably be the guy who just waits for it to get over my head and just goes and breathes it in and just lets it make it end.
You would.
I don't want to. I would
kill the other person.
Yeah, I would.
Because you were standing on them.
Yeah, none of this waking up and hanging or in the wheelchair stuff. I never would have made it to the wheelchair. I probably would have, because I would have freaked out so bad. I would have hyperventilated, passed out, and drowned in the elevator. Movie's over. They never get the green-eyed girl back. It's very sad. Very sad. How about you? Where do you have to check out when it comes to Big Trouble in Little China?
Mine would be going backwards in the wheelchairs because I can't stop that. I'm just going right down the elevator.
I'm gonna fall on my chair again, but right when he's leaning on the edge, he's trying to hold it. Oh, no.
That, or it would be before he even gets to Little China, because I can't drive stick. I can't drive that.
It's the opening credits.
The opening credits would be, this is Jack Burton.
Just remember what old Jack Burton said.
The pork chop express is going nowhere. Because I just blew the camera.
2 hours of Big Trouble in Little China is you on the side of the road waiting for AAA to come fix your truck.
Yep. I can go in reverse.
That's great. That is absolutely great.
I can't do that.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical, dude. I didn't think about that. I keep analyzing where I would die or be like, I'm too afraid, but I didn't realize, I'd probably be done pretty early on in that film too. That or sitting in the fish market, the food market, when he's dropping off all the stuff and then he stays up all night playing whatever they're playing, mahjong or something like that, dominoes. Just being in there, it'd be like, dude, I feel the need to wash for days. But anyway, all right. And the last movie in our top 5, where would I check out movies, is a little gem most people don't know called Flight of the Navigator. Flight of the Navigator. I think it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, check out your Disney Plus.
Yeah, see if you got Flight of the Navigator. Fun little movie. So here's the deal. I would survive the whole movie. I would make it all the way to the end, but it doesn't mean I'd finish the movie. And here's why. because about halfway through the movie, the premise is that this kid goes running into the forest and disappears and comes back. I think it's like 10 years later, but he hasn't aged. And you find out that he was picked up by a spaceship, and he was moving faster than the speed of light. Whatever the mechanics are in the movie that say
he
didn't
couldn't
age.
return him to the exact time where he was
picked up.
Yeah.
So this intelligent ship, voiced by Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, brings him back, and it's 10 years later. And of course, everyone's like, "Oh, he hasn't aged," and he gets picked up by the government. And to try to make him feel more comfortable, because he's just a pretty young kid, they give him like a room that he's in, and on the wall in this one scene are all of these G.I. Joe and Transformers toys in the box, brand new. That's where I check out, because at that point I'd be like, stick the needle in me, put the weird squid on my head, run my brain test. Yeah. You can do whatever you want. Keep the toys coming, because at that point I'm also
that USS flag.
At that point, everything. I want everything, and then, I'm also 10 years ahead of the curve, right? I mean, the collector's market alone would be huge. So to me, I'd survive. I just wouldn't finish the movie. The spaceship can do whatever it needs to do. I'm not going. So that's me.
I don't remember anything yet.
You don't remember?
No. I remember the little Mogwai thing.
Oh, the little
whatever.
Yeah, the
That's
little
all
creature.
I remember about it.
Well,
so
you get an audible.
Boys.
You get to you would have made it.
I guess.
You would have made it.
I guess so.
So there you go. Top 5 movies, or 5 movies, and the moments where we would or would not have checked out. Anyway, this can actually be a really, really fun game that you can play anytime you want. Just think about next time you watch a movie. At what point would you have been like, nope, that's when I'm out.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. I enjoy that. We'll have to, the interesting thing is as
when
times change.
Shows up.
I again probably wouldn't have made it 20 minutes into. I would have been Marv at best. Is it Marv who gets shot in the head? Marvin? Shot Marvin in the head? Yep. I think that's it. All right. So anyway, another one. Maybe next time we can pick a different decade. We can go 90s or the aughts. Let's see. But for now, let us move on to the next segment. All right. This is a fun one. I think this is a fun segment. So we had Transformers the movie. We had Top Gun. We had a number of movies come out, so I thought it would be fun. They're not all necessarily exactly 1986 themed, but they kind of fall within that period. And I thought we had a segment in the last podcast called "What Would My Job Be?" And if you remember, we did like the Death Star.
Yeah.
And I had said, "Oh, you'd be the guy pulling the lever, wearing the mushroom cap. Just that's your one job." And I think I said I was like head of custodial services or something. So in the same vein, we're not going to do jobs. We're going to do if you were you in the universe I'm going to tell you, right? What would your role or code name? You'll get it in a minute. Let's start with the first one. If I was an Avenger, what Avenger would I be? Right? Now remember, it's not I'm Thor or I'm Iron Man. It's Dave Floss shows up for Avenger tryouts. What's Dave's Avenger name? All right. You want to go first on this one?
No, you.
You want me to go first? All right. So my Avenger name is the Limper.
The Limper.
Not limp.
The Limper.
The Limper. Because what I've noticed is that there's a lot of running, jumping, rolling, falling, and what I realized is very quickly I would just always be limping everywhere I go.
You're in the backup squad?
Yeah, the backup squad. Okay, I'm realistically I'm better off probably being the guy in the chair, right? But if I was really trying out to be an Avenger, I'd have, again, they're gonna check. It's not like they're not gonna do a background check, right? So why hide it? I'm the guy who limps. I'm the guy who just limps everywhere I go. And it's like, no, you guys, on your left. Go ahead. You're on the left. Go ahead. Just keep going. I'll catch up. That'd be me.
I
I'd be the
have one
limper.
of those fast guys.
No. I would not be one of the. I would not be a speedster. I'd not be a guy with awesome superpowers. I'd be picking things up behind people. Like, hey, cat, you need this? You dropped this. You want it? You know? No, you're good. All right, that's cool. Hey, I found a penny. I think that's good luck. I found this. Yeah, I'd be the guy just checking out the field, right? All right, so I'm the limper.
The limper.
The Avengers universe. Mike Davis as.
I would be the guy playing Galaga. That would be me. I would be on the way in the back of the bridge, but I would be fucking off on the freaking computer.
Play to your strengths, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know what my real job is, but I know that I'm playing Galaga while everyone else is. Everyone's doing something important, and you're trying to hit that high score. All right. So that'd be like a job. I want to know who is you're at the Avenger tryouts. You're standing in front of the table. You got Captain America there saying hello, and you are.
I am Pudge. No, I'm just a doughy guy. Occasionally I could get the thing done, but I'd be like
We'd totally be on missions together.
Yeah.
They'd be like, we need somebody to run out and get Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Let's send the limper and Pudge to go.
They'll get the order right.
All right.
Yep. Hey, make that shawarma reservation for me,
Oh my
Pudge.
god. Oh.
You got it.
Oh my
Iron
god,
Man.
that's hysterical, dude. I think we got something here. I think they keep doing this whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything else. What about, there's the A team, the B team. I want to know about like the Y team, right? I think, Pudge and the limper. It literally rolls off the tongue.
It's got a ring to it.
Oh man. All right, so we've just figured out who
Disney
are.
Plus.
Yeah, come on.
They're available.
You're putting in all the sequels.
We're already potted.
If you've got The Little Mermaid 2, Secret of the Fin, you could totally pull off. If you get the right writing, you get like a Jon Favreau to do Pudge and the Limper. It could be.
Busy doing this.
I'm not saying him. I'm
Saving
saying
Star Wars.
someone like him.
Okay.
Someone like him. I'm not saying we'd get Favreau. We wouldn't get Steven Spielberg. We'd get like Steven Spielbergo to help us, right? I think we got something here, but in the interest of the podcast, we'll keep rolling along. All right, now we get into G.I. Joe. What is your G.I. Joe code name? You got Snake Eyes, you got Scarlet, you got Duke, you got Gung Ho, and Mike. When you're called out and say, "Yo, Joe," you are
the equipment manager, or the.
Wait. You keep doing jobs. This is what kills me, is that, like, instead of it being your code name, you're being like, my role in G.I. Joe is equipment manager.
Equipment manager.
There's never a time where there's not towels.
NPC that delivers the Jeep, and then they run up. Oh, okay, you're driving then. Okay.
You're the guy. Well, every time they're in the show, they're running out, there's always a vehicle there.
Yep.
Who puts the vehicle there?
Who makes sure it's gassed up?
Who runs regular maintenance checks? Make sure that the tires have enough air in them. This guy, equipment manager. All right, now again, I'm going to challenge you here.
Jetpack keeper.
I need your G.I. Joe character code name. I need to know what your code name is.
I'm going to go Cobra. Here.
All right. So, I guess I didn't.
So you have.
Specify. Okay.
You have the hierarchy of Cobra. You have your Cobra Commander, your Destro.
Sure.
You have the twins, Tomax and Zaymot.
Yeah, sure.
So, I would be the third brother, Motax. The Motax, the third Zaymot. I forget the name they gave their company.
Wasn't it like Consolidated? Yeah. Something. It was literally like business.
Yes. LLC. That would be. I would run the business. I'd do the day-to-day.
So Zaymot and Tomax are doing the whole.
We take over the world, and I'm the office manager.
Yeah, you're the guy
sure
who has
everybody's doing what they need to do.
Yeah, while you guys are out
Keep
trying
the
to
money
take
rolling.
over Kyrgyzstan, somebody had to make sure payroll got out last week. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. The business, consolidated company doesn't run
That is
itself.
Motax's job.
Motax. So
Motax.
Zaymot, Tomax, and Motax. Oh man, that's glad. That's great. Oh, Motax. All right. I stuck with G.I. Joe. I didn't segue into the Cobra side. And I went with, I am G.I. Joe codename Designated Driver.
That's your code.
That's my code name.
But that's the job.
DD. Yeah, but it's my code name and my job. I'm Designated Driver, or Double D. That would be my code name. Double D! What do? I drive people places. I'm the guy who drives people everywhere they need to go. After a mission, everyone's hurt or injured or... Yeah, it's really just, driving Miss Scarlet, whatever you got to do, driving Miss Lady
You
J.
wish.
I know.
It's driving.
Again, I
it's
just want to
driving
be...
Bazooka after he's had too much of Roblox chili.
That's probably what I get stuck with. That's probably absolutely true, but a guy can dream. The truth is, I'm just not built for combat.
Yeah.
I can't fly. Can't really drive at high speeds. I'm the guy who says, no, slow down. It's either that or I'm just called Backstreet, because I'm the guy who's the backstreet driver, who's like, hey, we gotta take these turns so fast. Equipment manager Motax is gonna get in all kinds of shit if we don't bring these things back. All right,
Scratch.
all right, here we go. The last code name type thingy.
Okay.
Top Gun.
Ooh,
This is your call
signs.
Call signs. So,
All right, you go.
all right, I'll go first. So my, remember you had Maverick, you had Iceman, you had Ghost, you had Merlin, you had Goose.
Viper.
My
Merlin.
call sign would be Wretch. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're not.
And it's
gonna,
exactly why you think it is what it
You're not
is.
gonna get a partner.
No.
Code
I'm gonna
Wretch.
no. My
You're
code name is
everybody
Wretch.
else's punishment.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you did another
David
flyby.
West.
You got to go up with Wretch next time, and it would totally be.
You're stuck with Wretch for a week.
There'd be the guy in the front, right, the pilot, and then there's kind of the navigator and weapons, whatever Goose does. I'm not the guy in the front of the plane. I'm Goose, but I'm Wretch. And as soon as he does one of those, I'd be like, oh my god!
They would have been able to see the Meg to flick them off.
Oh my god, no. It literally would have been fucking milk and cereal and all kinds of sticky stuff just all over the cockpit. It would have been horrible. That's my call sign. Wretch doing a flyby. All right. All right, Mike. Top Gun call sign. What's your call sign?
Mine. It would be 1 to 2. It'd be.
Okay.
So it'd be Wheezy. Because I'd be hyperventilating the whole time. Because.
You gotta leave your mask on, Mike. You gotta leave your mask on.
Yeah, I can't have all that stuff on me, my face.
You got anything like
And I'm in
a
that little
lighter?
thing, and it's just. Yeah.
It's good this wasn't in the part where I check out, because it literally had been the very opening scene when they fly. I'd be like, no, I'll be the guy.
Well,
on the
it
ground.
would have been math.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
never
right.
getting in the Air Force. Are you crazy?
Dang that math!
Fucking math.
Foiled me again.
Hit the game.
All right, so Wheezy,
Wheezy,
and you said you have a second one
or would
in
be.
case Wheezy scrubs out.
Well, it
Then
could be
there's
already
always-
taken.
It could be. That's true. It could be.
You gotta put in and be Wheezy 6689 underscore.
It's not. Yeah, it's not Facebook or Twitter. I'm sure they don't want to get confused, especially it was like, this is the tower call for Wheezy 66789. It's not
Which
like
Wheezy is
TK421. Yeah. They can never
or
send up
it'd
two
be-
Wheezies.
It'd be
Holy!
and you guys don't get it, but he does.
Oh my god, that is perfect.
It's probably more fitting too.
It is definitely more fitting. We'll have to share maybe in a future broadcast why.
That's a story for another day.
The story of Holy.
Holy.
But that is much better than Wheezy. And honestly, that would be my call sign would be shit, fuck, shit.
Yeah.
Anytime something happens, shit, oh Jesus, that would be mine. I would have a lot.
That'd be even before. That would be. There's no railing on this on this aircraft carrier.
I mean, literally, if they had to put my call sign on my helmet, it would be like in 12-point fonts just to fit it all the way around. Oh my God, that's hysterical, dude.